I have food if anyone gets hungry.
How's everybody doing?
Hello. So I figure you folks can stand there on the left, and we'll have the cut on the right, and then I think two of Josh Carter's group are gonna be there as well, so they can stand there in the middle, at the back.
Shame Charlie's not here. You know, outside the church and all.
The reason for this meeting is pretty simple. You folks are all businessmen. And business in this city can't be conducted while there's a damn war going on. People get hurt, they don't want to be in the city anymore. They'll take their business elsewhere and the city won't thrive. I don't want that happening. Now, I know you two folks, you two groups have your past, an ugly one between each other, but I'm hoping today that you two can actually shake hands at the end of this and walk away with a mutual understanding that violence in this city is not going to be tolerated from anybody. You both have a lot to gain here by ending this feud between you. So, please, at least think about it in a business sense, if anything else. If nothing else. Alright. Now, who wants to go first?
Go on, Mr. Way, you're never short of a few words.
I believe the dice was rolled by you first, dear sir, so if there's anything you need to say, go right ahead.
Which dice are we referring to in this instance?
I was very curious of what you plan to try to get out of this here, sir.
Get out of what? This meeting here?
Absolutely.
A couple days off my fucking banning from the town, mostly.
It's a good thing to want. Do you have any question for me, dear sir? Because I would love to clear up any nonsense.
No, I think, Jim, we've asked him quite a few questions, didn't we?
We've got all the info we needed.
Is that before or after the blade?
I think that was afterwards.
Indeed.
Opening statement for peace across the crossing.
Well, folks, you can exchange clever one-liners as much as you want, but it's not going to solve anything. There's bad blood between you, and this meeting is to end that. So if you have anything on your mind that you want to tell each other, or some misconceptions, misunderstandings that need cleaning up, now is the time to do it.
Opening statement for peace.
Because I sure as hell didn't call this meeting for you folks to stand there and look at each other.
It's been a while, dear Mr. Malone. Just a while. Cole.
You like
Speak.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, mate, yeah.
Yep.
As you know, I'm not a man of fancy words. I am often too direct. And because of my English, it's not the best. I might not be able to say it correctly, but what I do know is that you, the cut, have either had others or yourself have attacked us 6 different times. 6. Not once. Not twice. But 6 different times. I'm talking
English and your maths is shit, mate.
Let
not
him
only your
finish.
English.
6 different times. The first time. Do you want me to recount each one?
Yeah, go on then, while we're here.
The first time, Solomon, you whispered sweet nothings to a man who was mad. To prompt him to attack me, stab me in the gut. Leave me for dead. That is number one. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I believe a conversation, my friend, if we're going to make this constructive, Solomon and the rest of the crew.
You said you wanted to hear, so let me tell you.
If you have any retorts or corrections, please save it till after he's finished speaking, and they'll afford you the same courtesy.
That is the first time. The second time, after yes, we were able to capture a few of the people who attacked me. You put a shotgun to my chest and pulled the trigger.
What happened
That
to
is
the
number
people
2.
you captured? Can't remember. Can
Let
someone
him
remind me?
finish.
Let me ask you, Eve, what is better, a bullet in the head or a little fingernail cutting?
Oh, that's what we're calling it. All right, carry on.
What else would you call it?
I'm
You
sure the
ran
law
bamboo
will
up
give you
his
that for
fingers.
it.
There is no such thing as bamboo for acupuncture.
Go ahead, Cole.
The third time, let me think, there's too many. The third time, you took Zhongwei. You carved some kind of smile into his face, sliced his hand nearly in half. This is, we assumed that there was peace between us. Everything was over, and yet you did this. You started it.
Well, I think you'll find Mr. Ray there.
Because he speaketh the truth. And I will speak the truth now, Solomon. It was you who speak these words to a man who is mad, to prompt his attack against us. Oh, I'm missing the oil tanker. How could I miss this? In front of the building right behind me.
Right over there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good reminder. Thank you.
That's all right. I'm a big fan of visual props.
A bomb. Basic. That blew up a gun shop, costing us thousands of dollars to repair the building. Costing us thousands of dollars of lost business. The 5th time. I've said 4 now. I'm missing one, but Carter's attack. Oh, yes, twice. Okay, I remember now. The Carter attack. Robbery. Of our gun shop. Now, this you might not have planned, but he considers you family. He told me. I asked him why. We have done nothing, not one thing, to prompt such disrespect. He say, oh, that's easy. Solomon is family. The 6th time, also by Carter, outside the post office, he was preparing to slice up my face as well. Something you must like to do. No more casually than eating a meal or having a beer. 6 times I've told you now. And we have not once truly retaliated. Not once. The violence is on your hands, not ours.
Mr. Walker, would you like to retort to that?
Yeah, all right then. So you've counted to 6 there. 3 of them weren't even fucking done by myself or anyone from my organisation, yet still putting it on my fucking feet. That's your decision, mate. I'm not going to try and argue against that. You've clearly made your fucking mind up. I'm not one to waste breath on someone who isn't there to listen.
Do not get offended
There's
by
my retort.
anything that they accuse you of. Simply correct and move on.
So, no retort, just hot air.
So say that again, Biley.
Have you any facts?
Any facts? What do you mean by any
That's
facts?
what he
Oh.
just stated, pretty much.
Listen,
Hold on a wee second. Before you start on your wee monologue here, Marty.
I ain't here to give a monologue.
Right,
I'm here to
before you start
remind you
anyway.
folks that you're here to discuss peace, not who did what to each other.
Well,
we
you
can
just
all
gave
go
them fucking
around
the floor
pointing
for 5
fingers
Gave
if
minutes
them
we
the
like.
floor there, yeah.
Exactly.
With no disrespect, Malone, I don't think that we can get to the bottom of that when we've been senselessly attacked by this group multiple times without
This
having
isn't why
I
aggress
don't
we're
them
believe
at all.
here.
anybody addressed you.
Yeah.
We're here to clear up what we can be doing in the future, not what happened in the past. If we go back looking at the past, then nothing's ever going to
You
change,
didn't
is it?
interrupt them during their 5-minute monologue, Marty, when they were saying that.
I thought you were done speaking.
No, I was done. Let's be fair to him, I was done.
If you
But
want
go-
to
but-
continue,
but-
anyone
but
else from
go
the cut wants
ahead.
to continue, I'll let you have the floor.
Mr. Norman, go ahead and speak.
Me?
Our plate.
Yeah,
My name's
this,
Bill Norman.
oh, no, Mr. Jim. Well, Mr. Norman was speaking. I thought he was going
I
to
thought you
retort.
remembered Jim at least.
Oh, quite. Oh,
Thank
ha,
you.
ha, ha, ha. Ah, you're so funny. Good quip.
Oh, well,
Go
that
ahead,
does
Mr. Jim.
explain how often
All
you
right,
get confused
Jim.
between Jim and Norman, doesn't it? Norman.
Yeah, fuck you.
Go ahead, Jim.
Okay. First on Coe's list. I think the way he worded it was whispering sweet nothings into a crazy man's ear. Of which, said crazy man, apparently, took some action against you and your people, Coe. Would I be correct in that? If I summarised what you were meaning by that point correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So that's one. The actions of another being placed at Solomon's shoes. One of your other reasons or accusations was that apparently Mr. Carter and members of his organisation robbed your gun store. Again, the actions of another being placed at Solomon's feet. And lastly, apparently Mr. Carter was, according to you, maybe going to cut up your face based on your assumption. Again,
What?
for a third time, the actions of another being placed at his shoes based on assumptions. So, it's number 6 that you've came to. Kindly revise it to 3.
I would disagree.
Let him finish.
Cole, mind yourself.
Because if you really want to label every single bad thing that ever fucking happens to you, simply because it happens in St. Denis, or it relates to the cut in any way, shape or form, whether we call that person family or no, you want to relate every single bad thing that ever happens to you onto us and onto our shoulders, and we're never going to get out of this anyway, are we?
If I may attest, the things that I put about on your feet, or at your feet, Solomon's words told by Lee and Cole, when we had the conversation about the Del Lobos and Jack Cattleman being told these things, it was from the man's mouth himself. Even admitted to him as well as truth. Mr. Solomon, can you confirm?
Sorry, catch me up again. Sorry, what are we on now?
The Del Lobos bit, dear sir.
What about
You telling Mr. Cattleman that we were selling guns to the Del Lobos. You
No, I
admitted to
didn't
that
tell
being
you
the truth.
He saw you meeting with them and Ollie Frost with his own eyes.
We all know
wow.
how he feels about Ollie Frost, let's be honest.
So don't start.
So
That
the
he
story
didn't-
changes.
Yeah, so the story changes because the thing is you have 2 other witnesses who heard you say that you confirmed telling Jack Cattleman this, and he had no idea that Holy Frost was anywhere near our company until after I told him after our meeting at the DeCenzo's home. So again, will you tell the truth there, Solomon? Did
Well,
you
I'll
I'll tell you
confirm?
Hold on a wee
what,
second.
here's what we're gonna do. Given that you are the most prolific liar, piece of shit cunt in the fucking crossing,
All right.
Constructive.
All right, yeah, there's some real
This is
constructive
going nowhere.
words.
Now hold on, there. A constructive
Are you gonna leave
conversation
already?
doesn't.
I'll see
Now
you
running
soon,
away
bye.
from a peace meeting.
What sees me soon?
No, you can't reason with people like this. We knew that from the beginning.
So, basically, the only note that I've been able to take throughout this entire thing is that accusations devolve conversation quickly with the cut.
Absolutely.
Center yourself, Way. Calm yourself. Deep breaths.
All right,
Not
now
get
please
offended.
continue, folks.
All right, take
Remember,
2.
And if
we're
you
here to
do,
talk
hold your
about
gun.
what can be done to prevent anything happening again between you folks. What
Agreed.
happened in the past has already happened. We can't change that now. All we can change is how we conduct ourselves in the future. To understand that both of you are businessmen and women. You're here for profit. You're here to make the city thrive and make some, hopefully some nice friends on the way. Or maybe not. I'm not saying you folks have to be best of friends. I'm saying that tolerate each other's presence in the city, please, for everybody's sake. That goes for both of you, because if that doesn't happen, I had got no choice but to kick everybody out of the city, and I don't want to do that. I want everybody in
Well, if you
in
want the
front of
city
me
to
right now.
thrive, kicking everybody out isn't really the move, is it?
No, I don't.
That's what
But if
he's
it's
saying.
between that and people getting killed in a shootout by a spray bullet, then that's what I'll do.
Kind of counterintuitive.
No, he's saying he doesn't want that. So that's the whole point.
I
think you're missing
don't
it,
want to
mate.
do that. That's why I'm holding this meeting. That's
Let them
why
argue.
I'm allowing you folks to clear the air with each other and start afresh.
Yes.
Okay? I don't have a horse in this race with either side, any side here, despite what you may think. My objective is peace. Always has been, always will be. It's my damn job. If I'm not holding meetings like this, I'm not trying to bring people to the table to talk to each other, to use their words, then I'm not doing my damn job.
Well, I'm sure I speak for everyone here, Sheriff Malone, when I say all of us are deeply sympathetic for the job that you've had to do over the last few weeks. I'm sure all of us appreciate the efforts you were going to right now with organising this meeting. Is that fair to say of everyone?
I would agree.
Good. We can all agree on something, at least.
I believe there's something else that we can agree on as well. Civility. I believe this is all something we can celebrate in some sort of capacity. Would everyone agree?
Oh yeah, what is the world if you can't be civil? Yeah.
Agreed. So let's move forward. We won't let the past be anything. I will just only mention one thing. Norman. Maggie. And I will even address Miss Effie as well. Your time being incarcerated inside the prison should have never been a thing. And if at any point that I have been of a blame to that, I encourage you to sit down with myself, to ask as many questions as you want, because I promise you here on this side, you will always get the truth. It is my deepest regret you had to spend time in Sisika. For even my actions, coming there with guns to your home, was never to entice a gunfight. It was never to make you look the way you did. And for that you have my apologies. Now, to move forward. Solomon, you mentioned the call. Inside of a telegram that there will be something to pay. Did you have something in mind?
Oh, let me think. Jim, you're better with numbers than I am. The number jump to mind?
In particular, no.
What about you, Norman? Has number jump to your mind?
I can't even think. No.
Right. Well, one comes to my mind. It's a 5 followed by 3 zeros.
Oh, there it is.
Is that the number you were thinking of, Norman?
I know that you say it, yeah.
And what are you being compensated for?
Say that again?
And what are you being compensated for?
Well, I mean, you just expressed great sadness that members of my organisation were sent to Sisika and you regret your part of it. I think this is a fairly good recompense for your part in sending people to Sisika who fucking weren't even involved in this thing.
Mr. Wade, let's do some charity. Given that we spent nearly as much time as you spent in Sisika on the lam, not doing business, given all the price it took to rebuild the gun store behind us, far outnumbering that 5,000 figure you've come up with, how about we call it even, do you a little bit of charity, and no one pays anything?
Oh, considering you had that gun store up and running the day of that incident I read about in the paper, I don't think you lost that much business.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
That is not true.
Unfortunately, it was true. There was
No.
2 people working behind the counter and 5 people in there.
No, it was, we were in the desert. 2 days later, we returned here to Saint Denis.
And there while you were out of the city.
Anyway, hang on. We all agreed we wouldn't be going back and forth on stuff.
Yeah. Well, as long as they don't
You
lie.
asked
don't
me
say.
what you asked me what I referred to in my telegram. I've given you the answer. Now, if you decide that is something you don't want to do, that's on you.
Well, $5,000, you're talking about 2 businesses that suffered, not only during the war to which we were dragged into, the loss of business because I won't put my workers or anybody else in jeopardy. So, you say $5,000, sir. I just don't think that during the entire time, not even you and yours were not working. In the gun store, you want to talk about business, you say a few days? Having us inside the store isn't necessarily doing business, sir.
The people that were inside were
Yes, that's
quiet
simply
and-
being open.
It's simply being open, letting them know we're still here. So at the end of the day, your accusatory remarks that we were open doing business doesn't align. But to be honest with you, the loss of business comes from great sides. Two of which I can sit here and throw a number at you that would be a lot larger than that. But I won't. Because what you're asking for is unreasonable.
Do you have any food?
If I would say anything, we're not
Right.
above it.
I need food. Thank you.
So,
But you need to go ahead and give us something back.
Oh, I don't think that's how it works.
No, it's exactly how it works.
Really? Right, okay. Norman, can you remind me, when you're winning something, do you normally give something to the other side?
Winning
No.
something?
No.
This is
Right,
about
okay.
winning? Solomon?
This
not
is
about
about
winning,
winning,
this is about
Mr.
peace.
Walker. This is about peace.
It is
Thank you.
about peace, and I've told them what peace will cost. The ball's in their court. They've said no, thank you. So there we are.
Does peace come at the
No.
price of extortion?
Extortion.
Yes, I mean, you've attacked us multiple times. And now
Right.
you're demanding
Who are you?
money. Now you're demanding
We're not
money
talking
for
about
some
the
sort of
past.
peace. Okay,
this
well,
person? Do you know
he's
who this is?
he's asking
don't
for
actually
money.
recognise
I
them.
have no idea who this
For
is. So who are
peace.
you?
I'm the person that you stabbed with her hands up, Mr. Walker.
Oh, you mean the
Oh,
person that
we're
We're
missed
not
all your
talking
shots
about
into
the
the back?
past, all right?
There it is.
This
Right.
is getting us nowhere.
Well, he wanted to know who I
well,
was.
he-
Fucking hell, Marty, I
Fucking
can say
cunt.
we've
How
got
about
to move
this?
away from the fucking past,
Talk
mate.
themselves
Every
into
chance
the
they
grave.
get, it's fucking back to it again.
Yes, but what are you
So-
demanding money
sorry.
then for, Mr. Walker?
Ladies
Excuse
and
me,
gentlemen,
Holmes said, what would it take? He asked the question. I answered the question. That's it. I didn't rock up here with pulling that number out my fucking arsehole and throw it at you with no fucking reason.
I mean, that's what
was
it seemed
fucking
like.
asked. I
Yes.
answered.
you answered with $5,000. And to be honest with you, Solomon, I believe that we are all victims in this. And you feel like you need to be compensated over your loss of business.
You're
How about
almost done.
this? We'll pay you $2,500. We'll give you half as a good bridge. And for the next 2 weeks, there will be peace. And the next 2 to 3 weeks after that, we'll see where it goes after our business meetings and civility to which we practice.
Norman,
I will
mate,
say.
you were the one who ended up serving time as a result of their words, despite serving and doing no harm. So this decision is yours, mate, not mine.
Can I just have you,
Hang on,
Mr.
no, no.
Mr.
He's
Malone?
making a decision here. Go on, Norman.
Yeah, give him a second.
Could you confirm? Did I go ahead and say that Mr. Norman, Effie, or any of the others who were not there, confirming that Solomon, Jim, and Lucille, after you had come to me with information, was I the one who confirmed that information for you, or
No.
did somebody else come to you and have that information prior?
You talk about Mr. Way's torture. We knew about that the way before we even had any conversation with him about it.
So
Right.
why was I placed there?
Because you're not placed there, regardless if you were, these people are going to ask questions. And they can confirm this as well. Again, the madness and insanity dripping on top of that man's head, everyone drinks from. So
Oh,
unfortunately,
right.
when it comes to this man here,
Accusations and
Norman,
ins-
can you make a decision,
It
please, so we
is-
can get the fuck out of it?
it
It's raining
it is
now.
I don't
just,
want your
it's
money.
unfortunate.
Norman,
There we
before you make a final decision on that as well, actually, who was it that the law told you placed you at that scene?
I'm not giving that information up.
3 Law said that
I'm
Maggie
asking Norman.
was an eyewitness to me being present at the torture of Way, and Maggie herself wasn't even there.
There were 4
Which has just been
witnesses.
confirmed
We're not
by
here to
Chapman
discuss
and the law.
There was
Arrests.
right.
So I want
this-
my record.
Wow.
the-
Moving
there's
on.
4 witnesses there that may not have been able to know exactly who was
Established
there.
that Law made some shit up. Very good, well done.
No,
Established that
I'm
you
saying
did
that
what
when it
West
comes
Wayne
to the
very good, well
testimony in between, that there was 3 other witnesses there as soon as I was taken from them. So regardless of that, the story itself,
confirm
they
it.
might be able to confirm.
Thank you. Norman, decision's still yours, mate.
I don't need your fucking money. You need it more than us. So
There we
there.
are.
So money off the table.
What about the 2 weeks, Norman? How do you feel about that?
What, 2 weeks peace?
Yeah.
just to go ahead and get some rest of the things in order. Yes, not for violence or anything else of the sort,
Yeah,
but to
we're
prove
aware
to
of what
us
peace means. Thank you very
that.
much. Go on, Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
I accept your peace.
There we are.
2 weeks
I've
of
got
peace.
a caveat though, Mr. Marty Malone. We accept peace is as of right fucking now, the entirety of my organisation is allowed back in Saint Denis.
I was about to offer that exact term right before
There
you
we are.
spoke.
Perfect. There we are.
The town ban's here henceforth lifted for you and yours.
Perfect. Oh, God,
There we are. Right.
actual bed.
Peace and a nice comfy bed for a change.
Please,
There
shake
it is.
hands.
That's,
No deal's a good deal without a handshake. It's the way, Solomon.
There you are, mate.
Pleasure doing business with you, Solomon.
Always, always.
Indeed.
Right then.
All
You
right.
out to the
There it
house?
is.
Thank you, everybody, for attending. And thank
Thank you,
for
Mr. Malone.
staying. And thank you for coming to an agreement. I'm hoping with this peace agreed, we can build off this, and hopefully enemies can become friends.
I mean, let's not jump
Thank
too
you.
far.
Yeah, let's.
Right, Sam, should we
Well,
have a chat?
I'm forever an optimist. What can I say?
Before I leave,
Have a good day, everybody.
the lady in the back.
What you're speaking of Miss Hawley.
You speaking about me?
All I'm going to ask is that when you do tell that story to all your friends about being stabbed with your hands up, please include the start where you stood behind a group of people and fanned the hammer at their backs as they walked away from you first.
Oh yes, when I suddenly realized that there
Let's
was
not
3 of
get
you
into
coming
that
after
right
me.
now,
Really?
alright?
Yeah,
But
and
no,
you
hold-
said
no, hold
hands
on.
up and then
Enough.
stabbed me. Okay,
There-
there's
there-
nothing
We're
that
going
you
backwards
can
again,
do.
alright?
Yeah,
That-
absolutely.
that-
You just proved the
that's all right,
cowardice of your entire organization.
Both of you, walk your
All I'm
sit.
going to say,
Mr. Jim,
I'm
Mr.
this
Jim.
one's coming up. I have nothing more to hear from
I
this
just hear a bunch of
person.
hypocrites talking.
I mean,
Mr.
that's.
Mr.
All right.
Did you
Listen,
hear
all
yourself?
right.
Have you heard
My
your own
lot,
voice?
let's go.
Get out of here.
Hey,
Go
Holly,
on.
come here.
Both of you.
It's all right. It's all right.
Mr. Jim.
Let Holly
make
chatter
sure that
shit.
part of
Come on.
No, it's no
I mean,
use.
I'll
It's
keep
no use.
telling facts, and you can keep crying about it because it hurts your feelings.
Fucking luck.
You, sir, in front of me inside of the red, are compromising.
Co,
the
if
peace
you
that was just
want to
made
have any more
by coming over
words
to make sure that
peacefully,
I do.
quietly,
of a woman.
just
So please,
telegram or
It'd be fun
stifle
when Jack
your
find me at the bar later.
Listen,
Like
anyone
maybe
who
two
can
hours
actually
from now.
talk without
Accept-
slinging insults, we appreciate. This group behind you is beyond any
Letty,
help.
you ready?
Stifle your
Yeah, I'm ready.
pride and accept
All right.
the peace.
Thank you all for being here tonight.
Wasn't that bad?
It went almost like I said, but there is a bigger plan behind these.
Okay.
Cool down. Cool yourself. Eat a little bit of shit right now. Because,
And then spit it in their face later.
yes. Just don't let him leave angry.
For years, if it came
Tell you more later.
All right.
Malone,
Thank you.
you sir have a lot of fucking people who are coming your way, and it won't be from us. Come, everybody.
Well,
Please
I
do.
hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong about that.
What?
I
Did
think
you not
everyone
listen to
hopes
what
that
the-
he's wrong, but
Excuse
they
me, sir?
unfortunately know that he's not.
Did you not listen to these people when they walk
I
out?
listen
Like,
to everybody.
good.
It's just
So,
I don't understand
I do.
how extortion becomes something accepted by the department.
That is the issue of Aliska,
Of who?
the older man, who dresses in all black.
What is the problem with him?
He, Misoko, you know this better.
What?
I think he is useful as far as teaching some of our people how to infiltrate, disguise, this way of shadow I think is useful. But other than that, I say fuck him. He took it upon himself to go talk to Solomon and Jack a few nights ago. He told me after. And he said he came out of this meeting thinking Solomon was not that bad of a man. Him since then, but he also say something almost shot him for, but I did not. He says that the Cut and Kettleman group, they would be fine for peace, but not with the dead dragon. Understand? They don't say head dragon, they say Gangwei. They mean to kill you, I believe. First, maybe all of us, but I think you are the #1 target. What I want to say about all this is that we need to assemble a strike team now. Which I recommend Miley as the head. He's the members. He picks me. But when this 2-week time period of peace is over, the minute it's over, we begin to attack without mercy. I don't know if this is the right way, but I don't see how, one, we can gain any respect from the DiCenzos, perhaps, if we keep getting our butts kicked